Hi, everyone, and welcome to another virtual Cardinals Nest. This is the show where we meet and talk with a couple of St. Mary's University student athletes. I'm one of your hosts, Dean Beckman. I'm the faculty athletic representative for the Cardinals, and my co-host is Donny Nadeau, the sports information director. Donny, last week on the Cardinals Nest, we talked with a couple of men's soccer players. This week, we go for volleyball. We've got Elise Amerongen and Rachel Kedl. Elise is a sophomore on the team. Rachel is a senior, and Rachel's been on the show before, but Elise is a newbie to the program. Donny, how did it come about that we've got Elise and Rachel with us
I
today?
think we'll keep them on their toes today, that's for sure. We figured if we have a veteran, we might as well get a rookie on it too. So we went with the senior and the sophomore, and actually really looking forward to this. I know when we had Rachel on the last time, it was just great to talk to her about Cardinal volleyball. And Elise, you got a tough act to follow, so good thing she's sitting right next to you.
Well, Rachel, since you've been on before, we'll let you go first. Just kind of remind our viewers where you're from and really kind of how you got started with volleyball. We know that you're a dual sport athlete, two-sport athlete at St. Mary's, but volleyball specifically, how did it come to be that you got interested in it and so good at it?
All right, so I am from Lamberton, Minnesota. It's a tiny, tiny town. And I came to St. Mary's at first, like you said, Dean, for basketball. I was recruited. And then after a while, I got to thinking that I could not give up volleyball yet. So I was really excited when I talked to Jackie, and she said it was completely possible to play multiple sports. So I talked to her right up until coming to school freshman year, and she said I could play. So I was super excited, and it's been an amazing journey. I'm super sad to be a senior, but we're going to make this last year the best one.
All right, Elise, how about you? Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I'm Elise. I'm from Woodbury, Minnesota, right outside the Twin Cities. I got into volleyball around middle school and just loved it so much, never wanted to stop. Got into club. My parents are actually alumni of St. Mary's, so that's why I'm here. My mom really wanted me to come and check the place out. I did, and I fell in love with it, and I love the program.
You know, Dean, it's interesting. Elise says she's from Woodbury, Minnesota. My claim to fame is I'm from Woodbury, Minnesota as well. But there were 3,000 people in Woodbury when I lived there, compared to the 60,000 or whatever it is now. I was the third graduating class out of Woodbury High. So, yeah, I go way back.
And did you have like the fifth motorized vehicle too,
Yeah,
Donny?
probably. Rachel, tell us a little bit about your major and what you're hoping to do once you graduate from St. Mary's.
So I'm a double major in actuarial science and finance. And what actuarial science is basically, I like to say it's like business math. So it's kind of like the statistical side and like risk management. And so after I graduate, I'll probably use my finance major the first couple of years while I pass the exams to become an actual actuary. And so after I hopefully pass those exams, then my goal is to work with hospitals and work in their like insurance part to kind of like calculate the risk for them taking on patients and whatnot like that.
Rachel, I'm curious to know, does your ability to calculate risk, do you think it might make you a good coach someday? Any interest in coaching or as far as making decisions out on the volleyball court and things like that?
I've actually looked into coaching a little bit. I coached before COVID happened. I got to coach a little bit for a JO program back home, and I absolutely loved it. And that was my first kind of experience coaching. So yeah, I definitely think that's something I'd want to go into. And yeah, based on like how I have learned to read data and like look at the differences between things, I think that will help me look at different athletes and where they stand too.
And Elise, how about you? What's your major? And, you know, I know you're just a sophomore, so just kind of getting into it right now, but any thoughts on the future from you?
Yeah, I'm a biochemistry major, so very science oriented. I love chemistry, so I'm hoping that sticks. My goal is to go to dental school and hopefully own my own practice, and I want to be a pediatric dentist. So that's
very nice.
Well, as long as you guys are nice and comfortable now, I like to pour through your questionnaires as you fill those out, and most people never even remember what they filled out because I don't think they take a lot of time. So we're hoping that these Cardinal Nests will force people to actually remember what they put down. And so my question to you, Rachel, you chose Shaq as the person you'd like to have dinner with. Okay? If you were to have dinner with Shaq, where would you have dinner? And what's the first question you'd ask him?
God, okay, well, first I'd probably have dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings because I just feel like that'd be a good place to talk sports. And then my question for him would be just how his experience in the NBA was. Like, what was the best parts of playing professional basketball?
I'm not sure Buffalo Wild Wings could handle Shaq.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're not getting out of this either. Same question, only you chose Jonathan Taves from the Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm.
So where would you take Jonathan for dinner, and what would you talk to him about?
I think I would go with Olive Garden for the all-you-can-eat breadsticks because I'm sure he's hungry. You can get the buy one, take one home meal, so you get a good deal there. I would ask him what it'd be like to play with even Patrick Kane, like the legends. Like, who was his favorite person to play with, probably from the Blackhawks?
All right.
So next we're going to do some trivia. But before we kind of get into the trivia contest, Rachel, I want to get your thoughts on obviously the volleyball season postponed until spring semester. So just kind of your thoughts on navigating this fall. I know you're doing a lot of practicing, a lot of team building activities, stuff like that. But thoughts on how weird it's going to be to actually have your competitive season in the spring rather than right now here in the fall.
I think the first thing I just felt when it was moved to the spring was that I should just be humble in general that I will be getting to have my spring season and that it was postponed rather than just straight up canceled. That would have been absolutely heartbreaking. And then we're all using it as an opportunity. Like, this is now a chance that we have all year to practice, all year to work together, all year to meet our freshmen, get everyone in the groove. And I think it's only going to be beneficial as much as we'd love playing in the fall, but I think the spring is going to be a change, but a good change.
And Elise, how about you? Your thoughts on how strange this year has been?
Yeah, very similar to Rachel. Like last year, comparing it to this year with freshmen, it's a lot easier, I would feel, for our freshmen to get comfortable with everyone, like get prepared for season, like feel out how we run things, instead of last year just coming in, having 2 weeks to get to know everyone, and then you're playing right away. So I think it'll be very beneficial. Everyone's going to be able to work specifically on their positions with these pods now. So hopefully we're coming out even stronger for this spring season.
Rachel, how about in general? How has it been? What's been the biggest challenge just going to school during this COVID pandemic?
I think the most challenging is just because I have had the experience of having a normal school year, a normal season, and those kinds of things. I think the biggest difficulty I've gone through is just adapting to the changes, understanding that I'm not going to have practice every day, that the pod system, I only see half of my team right now. We are out of pods Thursday, so we are very excited for that. But just in general, the changes, it's really hard. And then school-wise, I guess online has been, I'm sure, a struggle for everyone. There's poor Wi-Fi, those kinds of things. But again, it's just getting back into a routine.
All right. Well, Donnie, do you want to lead us into our little trivia contest? But I do want to say before we start that I think as a couple of frontline volleyball players, I think they're going to kill it, personally.
Oh, good one. Oh, geez. Sorry, people. I'm sorry, but I have to work with them all the time. Good job, Dean. Okay, so you both have your pen and paper. No looking at the other person's. Okay. First quick trivia question is, how many times last season did St. Mary's Volleyball have more than 90 digs in a match? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 5? Rachel, what do you got? 4. 2. Well, you guys are 0 for 2. The correct answer was 5.
Yep, 5 was the correct answer. All right, but you get another chance, so you're tied still. So here's the next question.
Oh, this is a softball.
Who led St. Mary's Volleyball in digs in 2019? No, actually, it's a volleyball question, Donnie.
Yeah, it's a softball question. Soft toss, Dean. How's that? Is that better?
That's better. All right, who led the team in digs in 2019? Elise, let's start with you on this one. DJ, what do you got, Rachel? Yeah, you both got that one. Good job.
All right, last trivia question. Did St. Mary's Volleyball have more or less than 150 service aces last season? Okay, Elise?
More.
More. Rachel? More. Any guess on how many?
180.
That's actually pretty close, 159. You didn't do too bad. 2 for 3, not bad at all.
All right, so now we're going to go into how well do you know your teammate? Okay, so I'm going to ask Elise a question that Rachel has already answered. And so Elise, you're going to have to try to guess Rachel's answer, how Rachel would answer it. So Elise, who is on Rachel's favorite playlist? Who is on Rachel's favorite music playlist? Actually, you can just tell us since she won't be answering. No, it's not Beyonce. Who is it, Rachel? Do you remember?
Is it Drake?
It's not Drake either. It's Sam Smith. Sam Smith.
I don't even remember who you put on the questionnaires.
So many to choose from, right?
Okay, Rachel, are you ready? It's your turn now. What is Elise's favorite TV show?
Okay, let me think. Is it the 70s show?
It is not. You want to try again? I'll give you the initials. It's BB.
BB. I don't know. B.
Can't even help
I have no idea.
It's Big Brother.
Right. Next one now for Elise to answer as Rachel would. Elise, nobody knows how much Rachel is afraid of what? Nobody knows how much Rachel is afraid of.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
She's afraid of a lot, but
yeah.
what is she most afraid of?
I'm just gonna go for a wild guess here. I'm just gonna say bears.
Not bears. How about you? What is it, Rachel? Do you remember?
Okay, it's either moths or burps.
It is moths.
Moths. Okay.
So,
you got your own question right. Good job.
whatever you do, Rachel, don't look in Donnie's wallet.
Oh, no.
Lots of moths flying out of there.
Okay, Rachel, here you go. What is Elise's favorite sports team?
The Bears.
Try one more time. You already who's she going to take to dinner?
The Blackhawks.
There you go. Good job.
All right, so we got the final 3 questions now. Final 3. And yeah, this is kind of for both of you now. So and you can just say it. So we'll start with Rachel. Rachel, what is your favorite Coach Keeker saying?
My favorite one she just started saying this year is torque. So when we're hitting, she wants us to have torque, and it's just fun.
And some people think it's twerk, right? I saw that on Twitter, I think. I saw that on Twitter. Elise, do you have a favorite Coach Keeker saying?
Yep. If it isn't torque, whenever we bring our coolers on the bus, Jackie does not pronounce it cooler. She'll go, "Can somebody go grab the coolers?" And it just makes me laugh every time because her southern part comes out with that.
Yep,
so.
Yep. Jackie is a Texan at heart, so.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Rachel, you were trapped on a deserted island with just one teammate. Who would it be?
Not her. I'd probably take Linnea Wallace.
And why would that be?
Because I trust her survival skills, and I mean, she's gotten me through college. She can get me through a desert island.
There you go. Okay, Elise, same question to you. You're trapped on a deserted island, and you just get one teammate.
Well, I'm gonna take Rachel. She didn't take me, but Rachel's got a lot of experience. I feel like she'd know what to do. She's calm, and I feel like we could work well together.
All right, now this is the last question. If you could go to any sporting event, past or present, what would it be and why? Rachel, if you could go to any sporting event, past or present, any sport, any year, what would it be and why?
I would go to Kobe's last game just because I just missed watching him play.
Okay. Elise?
I'm a huge March Madness fan, and so my dream is to be able to go to like the championship game one of these years. So hopefully it comes back to Minnesota soon.
All right. So you're kind of going with a future game there.
Yeah.
That's good. So, well, that's all the questions we have. Donnie, any last questions from you for Rachel?
My comment would be is in agreement with both of you. I'm looking forward to the spring, hoping that we have a volleyball season because with the fall without volleyball is definitely it's very different around here, and I'm looking forward to watching you guys play and really hoping come whatever month it is that you guys get to play in, I'm very excited to watch Cardinal volleyball.
All right. Well, Rachel and Elise, thanks for being on the program. Thanks for having a little fun with us today, and good luck the rest of the fall semester here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. That's going to do it for this virtual Cardinals Nest. Thanks for watching.